Thank you, Lisa. Hi, everyone. Welcome to your Monday yoga class. Today we will begin on our bellies. We are going to take a belly shavasana. So you can make a little stack with your forearms and you can just let your forehead either rest on or below the forearms. Just allow yourself to get comfortable to arrive into your yoga class. Belly shavasana can feel relaxing and comforting, and of course if this isn't for you, you can start in a different way. But we're going to spend a few moments here. So just let yourself just be, just breathe, let your breath be normal. You can rock your forehead left and right on the yoga mat if that feels good for you. Try to get any wiggles out of the body. Maybe let out a nice exhale out of the mouth. Just let your breath be natural right now. Don't worry about any kind of breathing practice or any kind of movement. Maybe just feel your belly breathing into the earth below you. Feel the support and the connection from the earth. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Is it fast? Is it calm? Just know that you don't have to make any changes to yourself right now or ever. Just allow yourself to arrive exactly as you are. Now is a good time to take a physical body scan, head to toe. What do you notice in your body today? Do you feel any aches or pains? Maybe you feel the sun warming you if you're sitting near the window. If you are clenching your jaw here, just try to loosen the jaw, let the tongue be loose before we get into any movement. Now we're going to start to bring our awareness to our breath. Release whatever breath you're holding, just let out a nice full exhale. We're going to take 5 breaths together. Inhale through the nostril, but take your time on this inhale. Feel the belly rise for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let everything soften. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do this 4 more times. Inhale, nice big breath through the nostrils. Take your time. And exhale that same amount out. Make sure you're letting every last drop out of the exhale. And on your own time, with your own count, you can do 4 to 5 second counts if you want. Take 3 more breaths on the belly. Belly Shavasana. If there's anything that you want to bring into your practice, you can think of an intention here, or if there's anything that you just want to let go, you can let it go right here. And take one final full breath here. Make it nice and slow. Full emptying of the lungs. If your forearms are stacked, you can start to lift up the gaze, uncross your arms into a field goal post shape, turn the left cheek onto the mat, and then bring out the right leg for half frog. Your right knee can be bent. This is a gentle stretch of the groin here, and take 5 breaths. In the beginning of our practice here, you can try to keep the breath slow and calm. Just ease into your practice. Full inhales, full and complete exhaling. If you are craving a little more stretch in that right side of the groin, you can stretch the right leg out long. 2 more breaths here. And when you finished your last breath, you can slowly start to bring that right leg back towards you. Let the right leg come long, and then we'll turn to the other side for half frog. So right cheek comes on the mat, the left leg bends, so the gaze is towards the bent leg. Take 5 breaths here. And again, option to stretch the left leg out long if you want a little bit more intensity. Take 3 more slow breaths. Last full breath on this side. Once the lungs are all emptied out on the last breath, start to bring that left leg back. And then we're going to just come up onto our forearms. We're going to start moving into Sphinx pose. And for Sphinx pose, your feet can be about as wide as the yoga mat. And then we want to slide the elbows towards us and then let the palms press into the mat, and then inhale to lift the heart and let the tops of the feet press into the mat. Exhale, the mouth open, your gaze can come up. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. So although this pose maybe doesn't seem like it's doing anything, you're actively pushing into the mat and lifting the heart. So you will feel a sensation in your low back. And you have the option, if you want to add a little movement, you can windmill your legs back and forth here. So we're loosening the hips. But stay breathing. Try not to hold your breath when you are windmilling. I feel like that's an easy pose to kind of hold our breath. But we want to stay breathing with our movement. And if it's easier for you to focus on breath without windmilling the legs, maybe just keep the legs long for the last 3 breaths. So your elbows are essentially like dragging towards you, pressing into the mat. Heart is lifted. Look up. Look a little bit farther up if you want more of a throat stretch. Let the head come back as you exhale. Last breath here. Now exhale, bring the forehead down. We're going to prepare for cobra pose. So if you want to uncross the arms and kind of roll the wrist around and take another breath in a belly shavasana, go ahead and do that. Just right now, just focus on the breath. So bring the forehead down. Now we're going to work on our alignment in our cobra pose. So we're not going to be using any muscle engagement right now, but you will slide your hands back. So let the palms spread nice and wide. Slide the hands back so that your hands are right on the top of the floating rib cage here. Your elbows are pointing up. Okay, now keep the forehead down, because remember, we're not using any muscles right now. So forehead comes down, let yourself soften. Now for the cobra tails. The cobra tail is completely optional. Regardless, you have a cobra tail. So if you want to add a little more, zip the feet together and then press the tops of the feet into the mat. All right, forehead down. Remember, we're not moving any muscles here. We're going to work through 4 cobras. So just take a breath and do nothing at all. Exhale, do nothing. Now when you inhale, slightly pressing into the mat, peel the heart up. Try to use your low back muscles as you lift up. Just stay for 1 breath. Now exhale your forehead down. We're going to do this 3 more times with an invitation to grow your cobra head a little more each way. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Feel the tops of your feet pressing into the mat. Exhale, forehead down. 2 more. Inhale. Option to tent to your fingertips as you lift up. Exhale, forehead down. Just stay down for 1 more breath for your last cobra breath. You can inhale to lengthen the arms as you're pushing the heart all the way up. You can look up and gaze up and slowly come down as you exhale. Now we're going to bring the big toes to touch and separate the knees for child's pose. 3 breaths here. You can stay as you are, or if you're craving a little wider opening, you can separate the knees wide. If this doesn't feel good on your knees, you can just take a comfortable seat, or you can roll up your yoga mat for a cushion. Take another full breath. All right, next time you inhale, you're going to lift the head, lift the gaze towards the top of the mat, and then you're going to press down and slide back onto your belly, coming back into Sphinx pose with your forearms down. And from here, we're going to do another back strengthener. We're going to do a super yogi. So you're going to bring the forehead down and you're going to stretch your arms overhead. Your thumbs can be pointing up here if you would like. And again, just keep the gaze down as we want to save our breath for when we're flying. So breathe and do nothing at all. So when you lift your head, you're going to keep your gaze down on the ground. So you don't want to be looking up here. So when you inhale, lift up the head, lift up the arms, gaze down at the mat. Exhale, lift the legs. We're going to do this for 3 breaths. So if you can imagine a Superman flying over Madison, inhale, lift the arms, lift the legs. Remember, gaze is down for 2 and 1. Release. Right cheek comes on the mat. Windmill those legs back and forth. And then we're going to press back up into a child's pose just for a breath. Inhaling, coming into tabletop. And once we're in tabletop, we're going to bring the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, spread the fingers wide, let the spine be straight. Just take a breath here. And we'll move through cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze up, chin points up, and then exhale, cat. Chin to chest, spine rounds. 3 more. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, maybe drop the belly a little bit lower and feel a stretch. Maybe looking all the way up, and then exhale. 2 more. Invitation to add some additional movement if you want to do a little hip circle or some spine, making figure eights with the spine. Take another full cycle of breath, fully inhaling and completely exhaling. We're going to come back into a tabletop and we're going to move through a thread the needle pose. So you're going to keep your left palm pressed into the mat. As you inhale, the right hand can tickle the inside of the left arm, coming over across the chest and reaching up towards the sky as you look up with that same breath. And then exhale to send the right arm under the left, right cheek comes down to the mat. Take 3 breaths here. 2 more breaths. When you've exhaled that last breath, then you inhale to press through that left hand, releasing the right arm towards the sky. Feel free to make some additional wrist circles if that feels good, and then we'll move to the other side. So right palm is pressed down, and then again, invitation to use your left hand to tickle the inside of the right arm, move it across the chest, left arm reaches up, looking up, and then exhale that left arm through the right, let your left cheek come down, and take 3 breaths here. Last breath on this side. Once you're all exhaled out and you're ready to release, press into that right hand to release the left arm to the sky. Wrist circles. Exhale, you can take a child's pose or you can move through cat-cow here. Whatever feels good for your body. If you're in child's pose or you're in a cat-cow, just finish your last breath and then we'll meet on an inhale and table. From here, we're going to curl the toes and we're going to keep the knees bent and put the energy into the hands as you lift up the hips. As you exhale, hips up, let the head be loose. We're in down dog. You can pedal out the dog here. Get all the snap, crackle, pops out of the body. Maybe shake out your head, yes and no. About 2 more breaths in down dog. Send the energy into the feet and into the hands here. It's okay if your heels are lifted, as long as the back is straight. Take 1 more breath. When you inhale, look up at the top of your mat, but empty your lungs. Then make some light steps towards the top of the mat. Once you get to the top, we're going to take a halfway lift, hands on the shin. And then exhaling into our first forward fold. You can take a ragdoll here if you want. You can grab opposite elbows. You can sway left and right if you're in a ragdoll. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. And again, your knees can be bent here. If you need a little help getting the head to hang a little bit more, you can cup your fingertips underneath the base of the skull. And if you are doing that, you can also kind of strum underneath that skull. There's muscles down there, sub-occipital muscles that could feel really good if you kind of give a little pressing movement. You can also massage your calves. Take another breath. We're going to inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand. Take your time. You can bring your arms overhead if you want. You can take a small little back bend. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Just release your palms for mountain pose. Close your eyes here. Start to connect the energy of your feet into your yoga mat. Let the palms be open. Roll the shoulders back. The heart is open. Take 3 breaths here. We're going to start to put the energy into the right foot. So start to center and ground that foot into the mat. We're going to just take a balancing mountain pose here. So lift the left knee. Bring the arms overhead if you want a little bit more. And then exhale, hands to heart. Release that left foot. We're just going to kind of get used to balancing before we move into our first pose. So now we're going to balance on the left foot. So start to make energy and connection into the earth. When you feel like you have that connection, bring your hands to your heart and then lift that right knee. So feel, you might wiggle here, you might wobble, that's totally okay. And then if you want a little more, bring the arms up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Release that right foot. And then shake it out. We're going to be moving into our first pose from a one-legged mountain. So just move it slow, take your time. So again, we're going to be balancing on the right foot here. So sending the energy into the right foot. Bring your hands to your heart, lift that left knee. From here, you can start to float that left leg back and then come down onto that left knee for a modified low lunge. From here, you can either bring your hands onto the top of the right knee. We're going to hold our breath here, just kind of connect into before we move into a low lunge. Option to take a lizard pose. If you want a little bit more, toe heel your right foot out to the right side of the mat. And then bring the hands on the inside of the right foot. You can start to stretch that left leg back a little bit longer and find yourself in lizard pose. If you do not like this pose, you can just start to toe heel that right foot back into the center, start to shorten your stance and come back up into modified low lunge. So it looks like all of you have found the place you want to be. And now take 4 breaths. Try to ungrip the teeth. Two more breaths to go. Last breath. So if you are a lizard lounging, start to press the heart up, and then we're going to start to toe heel the right foot back into the center. And then we are going to move into low lunge with the arms up. When you feel stable in the legs, inhale your arms up. 3 breaths, option to take a baby back bend. 2 breaths. Last breath here. Inhale your heart up nice and slow. Exhale, frame the right foot. Step the right knee back. You're in tabletop. If you would like to move into a down dog, exhale the hips up and just kind of pedal out the dog, or move through a cat-cow or child's pose. Make your way to the top of the mat, whatever you do. If you're in down dog, just walk the feet up. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold, exhale. Inhaling up with our knees bent and coming up nice and slow. Maybe reaching the arms overhead, maybe a little back bend. Exhaling, hands to heart. Just reset in mountain pose. Take a couple breaths here. Prepare yourself with the feet to do a small balance through one-legged mountain. So connect feet into the mat, come back to your breath. Come back to your intention if you made an intention. Now we're going to send the energy into the left foot as we're balancing on the left foot. So connecting with our beautiful earth below us, hands to heart, inhale, that right knee floats. And as we exhale, we're stepping back as if we're floating through water, nice and slow, coming onto the ball of our foot, releasing the right knee down. Take your time as you do this. Find yourself in a modified low lunge. Bring your hands on top of the knee, and if you want, this is where you might be here. You can kind of lunge a little bit into that knee, or if you took a lizard on the right and you want to even up, take a lizard on the left side. Start to toe heel that left foot to the left side of the mat. Bring the hands on the inside of the left foot. Each side will feel different. I'm definitely way more bendy on my left side, so I might add a little extra for me. Just see what feels good for you. If it feels good to wing out your dragon, you can do that. You can come down onto the forearms if you would like. Ungrip the teeth, the jaw if you're clenching. Just allow the energy to come through that left hip. 3 breaths here. Two more full cycles of breath. And then when you've fully exhaled that last breath, if you're a lounging lizard, just start to lift up the heart slowly and then toe heel your left foot back into the center. Prepare yourself for your low lunge. So everyone's low lunge might be different. If you don't need a lot of intensity today, just make your legs like 90-90 each leg. So this could feel stable. When you feel like you're in the place you want to be, inhale your arms up and option to take a back bend. So just because one person is doing it doesn't mean you have to. If this feels good in your practice today, stay with it for 2 more breaths. Open the jaw as you exhale. Last breath. Slowly come up on that inhale, frame the left foot, exhale that knee back, and this is your choice, yogi's choice, either cat-cow, child's pose, or just take a seat, a comfortable seat, and just catch your breath. Eventually, we're gonna meet in down dog to do a little standing sequence before we come back down and ground. Take water break if you need a little water break. This is your time to do what's best for you in between your practice. Eventually we'll meet in down dog together. So when you're ready for that, come into a down dog, pedal out the legs. Spread the fingers nice and wide here so that your palms make a suction cup. Release your breath. Then we'll breathe together as a class. Inhaling. Exhale out of the mouth. Look up at the top of the mat. Take some light steps as you walk to the top of the mat. Arriving with a flat spine. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands on shin. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise, arms overhead, extended mountain, maybe a baby back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Mountain pose. So again, just ground your energy in mountain here. Connect with your feet. We're gonna move through one-legged mountain again. This time we're gonna stay up into a high lunge. So as long as we're breathing good and moving slow, we should be able to do this. So let's ground into the right foot. Send the energy into the foot. The earth picks up the energy you're giving back. So maybe give some stable, grounding, trusting energy into the earth. Hands to your heart. If you feel that connection, lift the left, let the left knee float. Stay for the exhale. Just feel connected. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, slowly step back, staying in our high lunge. If this is not for you, come down onto the knee. If you're gonna stay upwards, you wanna be floating that left heel. Inhale, arms up. Stay here for 3 breaths or take a very optional back bend. It's your choice. Take 2 more full breaths. Feel the support of the earth below your feet. Feel the connection with yourself, with your breath, with your strength. As we open up, we're exhaling into warrior 2, so you're going to adjust your feet. So you're going to turn that left foot at the back of the mat so it matches the back of the mat. Bend into the right knee. Right knee points towards the right pinky toes. Warrior 2. Gaze through the right fingertips, 3 breaths here. Two more breaths. One more full, powerful, beautiful breath. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Okay, now you guys are going to be mad at me, but we're going to be turning the other way, so we're not doing sun salutations. We're turning towards the back of the mat, coming into high lunge on the left side. Bend your left knee, bring your arms overhead. It's just a different perspective, that's all. Right heel is floated. 3 breaths. So you want to turn around. Yep, so you're on the opposite side. So your left knee is bent at the back of the mat. So if you see what everyone else is doing, see, look at them. Yep, left knee. 2 breaths. Last breath. Exhale, warrior 2, adjusting your feet so you're still facing the side of the mat that you were on before. We're just on the opposite side. There you go. Left knee point towards left pinky toe. Try to keep the hips below the shoulders. So if you're kind of leaning forward, try to bring the shoulders back. Take 2 breaths. Last breath here. Okay, straighten that left leg. Point the left toes back towards the right side of the mat. Now just turn back towards the top of your mat. Come back towards the front, hands to the heart. Mountain pose, shake it off. Like I said, I'm not doing any sun salutations today, so if anyone feels the need to flow, go ahead and flow. Otherwise, we're going to come right into balancing tree pose before we come down onto the mat. So again, we're connecting with earth here. So we're getting our stability from earth, and we're going to try to hold tree pose for at least a minute each side. So that could be 5 long yogi pranayama breaths. So let's connect onto the left foot this time. So kind of start to bring that left foot into our mat. And then you can put your hands on the hips as you turn out that right knee and just kind of see if your hips start to turn out. Try to bring them back squared in front of you so that you have a nice little hip opening in this pose. And then from here, your foot can start to float up onto the shin, or it can make its way onto the inner thigh. And it's okay if you're wobbling and shaking. Just try to not keep the foot too pressed onto the inner knee, since we already have issues with knees, most of us. Find your spot. And then if you would like to grow your branches, and now that we are all the best tree we can be, we will take 5 breaths here. If you fall, just get right back into the place you left off. Don't give up on yourself. 4 breaths. Two more breaths. Last breath, stay strong, stay rooted. Exhaling, hands to heart. Float that right knee, release the leg. Shake out the left leg. Shake out that whole everything, and then we'll start fresh. So now we're gonna move to the right side. So planting that right foot, so we're growing our stable roots in our tree. That way we can hold our tree maybe a little bit longer. In turn, growing confidence in life and the way we grow and move. Choose your hands. Maybe you want to try different arms this time. Just because I'm putting my hands behind my back doesn't mean you have to, but you can if you want. I'm doing reverse prayer hands. It took me a long time to learn that. So if you want to try and get out of your comfort zone, try to reverse prayer your hands behind your back. I also just really like heart opening poses. And this is More heart opening. Okay, now be quiet. 3 breaths. Two. Exhale, hands to heart, float that left leg, shake it off. We're gonna turn into a 5-pointed star on our mat. Inhaling, open up, take up space. And we're gonna exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Now we're gonna exhale, hands to the heart as we come into a yogi squat. Nice and slow. Keep the spine straight. And once you do get down to yogi squat, I always kind of just move with what feels natural if you want to kind of rock. We will be moving on to our seat soon here, and if you would like to get onto your seat sooner, please go right ahead. We're going to come into reclined butterfly if you would like to just come into a seat. Otherwise, come up on the heels, spine is straight, hands at heart. Couple breaths. Last breath. Bring the hands behind you. Take your time coming into seat. Just a comfortable, easy seat to start. Bring one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly. Close your eyes. Maybe thank your heart, thank your body for doing things out of your comfort zone. Even if things feel a little weird when we turn around on the mat and it's not really what we're used to. And then we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together and we're gonna take a butterfly seating pose here. So you can bring the heels farther or closer to you depending on what feels good for you. And then this is also something really good to do is flapping the butterfly wings. That's really good for all of our hip muscles and joints. And you can stay and do this if you kind of just feel like grounding, or if you want a little bit more, you can bring your hands overhead. And then when you exhale, bring the palms down in front of you slowly. And then press the hands down and just feel that intensity in the groin. And if that doesn't feel good, just bring the hands closer back towards you. You don't have to be in this intense fold right away. But if your hips are open and you want a little more intensity, start to walk the hands farther away from you. You're going to feel your back stretch even more. Take 3 deep breaths here. One more full breath. When you're all exhaled out, inhale, come up nice and slow. And then we're going to make our way onto our back. So you can bring your knees together. You can start to turn and just come down nice and slow onto the back. Keep the knees pointing up though. We're just going to take a small bridge pose. It doesn't have to be very intense. Unfortunately, we don't have any blocks or anything here, so I can't promise a restorative bridge, but we don't have to make it so intense. But just walk the heels back towards the sitting bones and then keep your palms pressed into the mat. As you inhale, just lift the hips up very lightly at first. Stay as you exhale. And now if you want a little bit more, start to walk the shoulder blades towards each other underneath you. And then lift the hips up a little bit more. You can clasp your hands underneath your low back for a little support for 3 breaths. Keep the chin towards the chest. Don't look around here. Some might want to come up on their tippy toes for 2 breaths. One more breath. Unclasp the hands, roll down nice and slow. And then from here, soles of the feet together for a reclined butterfly. And if you've had enough of the hip opening, you can bring the knees together and the feet as wide as the yoga mat for a counter stretch. So you're internally rotating versus the external rotation. We're going to be here for 5 to 7 breaths, so whatever feels good for you. Whatever you do, just let this start to ground you. If you're warm, you can bring your arms overhead. If you feel like keeping yourself centered, you can place your hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Start to feel your heartbeat. We'll take 3, 4 more breaths here. Finish your last breath. And then if you had your knees together, just separate them. If you're in a reclined butterfly, start to gently bring the knees back together, keeping the feet on the mat, as if we're going to do another bridge, but we're not. We're going to take figure 4. So I'm not doing a pigeon today. If you really want a pigeon pose, you can go ahead and take pigeon. Otherwise, keep the left foot planted onto your mat and then lift up the right ankle and bring the right ankle on top of the left knee, opening up that right knee. And if you look through your legs, you're going to see a triangle. You can reach your hands through that triangle and grab behind the left knee. The left knee. There you go. Yep. And then stretch. There you go. Yep. And then you can bring your head back down. And this can just be a nice gentle stretch. If you do want a little bit more intensity with your right elbow, you can kind of press on the inner right leg and feel that right IT band stretch more. You can also bring that left knee closer towards you at the same time as you pressing into that inner right leg for a deeper stretch. But take 3 breaths. One more breath here. Now keeping your legs as they are, but releasing from clasping behind that left knee. So keeping the legs as figure 4 legs, you're gonna release your arms like cactus arms and drop the knees to the right and then gaze towards the left for a twist. So the right foot is pressing that left knee down too. Take 3 breaths here. When you finish your last breath, just bring the legs back up, uncross the right leg, and in between here you can stretch out on your mat like a 5-pointed star, or you can windmill the legs back and forth before we move over to the other side. So then keeping the feet pressed back into the mat, knees are pointing up, bring the left ankle on top of the right knee. And when you see that little triangle, you can start to reach your left hand through the triangle to reach behind the right knee to take your figure 4 stretch. You're going to feel the stretch in the left IT band, and if you want more feeling there, press the left elbow into the crook of the left leg. If you want more, squeeze that right knee towards the chest, so you're going to feel more intensity in the stretching of that IT band. 4 breaths here. When you finish that last breath, no rush at all. Take your time, but releasing that right foot down, cactusing the arms as we drop those knees to the left, gazing towards the right to even out our supine spinal twist. 3 breaths here. When you finished your last breath, unwind, take up space, take any last movement you need in your practice. And your final pose is ready whenever you are, Shavasana. Allow the feet to point opposite directions. Allow your palms to be open. Let your heart be open. Close your eyes if it feels safe for you. This is your last pose before class is finished. If you have the time, please stay for a minute, but I understand people have to get back to work. I will let you know when it's time to go. Don't worry about moving or breath or any kind of to-do list. Just allow yourself to be nothing at all. The luxury of that for a minute, and I'll let you know when Shavasana is over. You can keep your eyes closed, but start to make some small and gentle movements with your body. And we're just going to close practice right here on our back, so no need to get up suddenly. Just please take your time, maybe roll over to your favorite side before you press up. But thank you guys for coming to class today, and I hope you have a good day. Namaste.
Thank you, Devonna, and all of you joining us today. We will see you on Friday for our next session. Have a great week.